Okay, this is the late morning update for Bitcoin. We are seeing a bit of a consolidation. What I would like to do is give myself a clean slate, get rid of everything. That is something that I often do because for chart pattern recognition, when you have so many labels and waves, the letters and numbers, it's hard to see. You can miss a lot. So I try to give myself a blank slate. So I would ask you, okay, do you see anything? Here, 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 anywhere? Do you see a pattern? Okay. I had indicated that if the price does fall lower, this was a potential from a forward-looking discernment. I believe this was yesterday or day before's update. Still keeping my eye on it. This is a potential, possible, leading to probable if it goes lower. This is called a neckline. And the neckline connects the bottoms of the shoulder head and the right shoulder. If the price comes down here, it will be complete. And if it breaches the neckline, it will be confirmed. So from a pattern point of view, get rid of everything and just look at the chart and see if you can discern any patterns. I've recommended for newbies to technical analysis to identify maybe 2, 3, maybe 5 different patterns and just practice recognizing it, discerning it from charts. And after a few weeks to months, it'll just stand out at you very quickly. I know some who can discern all the patterns and the Elliott wave counts within a matter of seconds. So if this is correct, let's say it does breach, what will be the minimum price move? To calculate the minimum price move will be to go to the top of the head to the neckline. Instead of doing the subtraction math, I just copy it. Oh, no. Put it right below. So minimum will be at around $2,800 if this pattern does pan out. Again, once prices reach the neckline, it'll be complete. Left shoulder, right. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And the symmetry is pretty good. Better the symmetry, more reliable the pattern, quite often. And I calculate the minimum projection here. So what is the likelihood of this happening? Let's look at the MACD. I had said a few days ago that when we were here, Bitcoin was making a lower low, but corresponding MACD was making a higher low, and that was bullish. So that brought us to maybe 36,700, almost 3,800 bucks. MACD sitting on the support of this rising trend. More likely, if the MACD breaches this support, the right shoulder will complete. And if it continues, right shoulder will breach the neckline. Does any of this invalidate, nullify the very bullish projections I made yesterday? No, absolutely not. For that, I would go back to this chart. We are somewhere here. Whether we are here, it doesn't matter. Why? Wave 4 will complete, and the 5 massive rise will follow thereafter. So if you're looking at everything from a daily and a weekly perspective, chart-wise, it's like dunking your head into the water and looking for the minnows swimming around. That's the hourlies, 15-minute chart, price flickering around. And that's what traders would quite often use at that level. And if price does go to 2,800, most likely it'll exceed to the 2,500 level. That would be a beautiful wave 4 completion. More reliable, confident than here. This was less confident and less reliable feeling that I got for wave 4 bottom because it happened too quick and too short. Technically it fits WXY, but this could be A, B, C. This would be better in form and fit too. And if this happens, I'll be coming out with another ladder. Until then, my blue line of resistance remains untouched, unbreached by Bitcoin. Maybe it could be a lot swifter. C is a lot faster and scarier. If it goes all the way down to 2,000, let's say. Doesn't have to, not a requirement. But remember that this is a broadening diagonal count. A, B, C, D, Again, this does not in any way nullify yesterday's bullish counts that I gave. All I'm trying to do is find where wave 4 bottom might be if it wasn't here. If prices breach this line of resistance, I've said this repeatedly, I'd feel a lot better. It hasn't even touched it yet. This does not mean that Bitcoin will not go to 7,000. It shall, in my opinion. It just has to find and finish the bottom of wave 4. This might have been too short, too fast. This is still a very three-wave-ish. I was thinking maybe A, B, C, still possible. But until we get closer to this, it falls short of probable. So I think A, B, C, D, A, B, and then E down could be the next step. And there will be cynics out there, maybe those who may have facing a loss, saying, hedging, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're just blabbering, blah, blah, blah. So be it, if that's your impression. But I've done this long enough to know that I can be prepared for either way. If it goes here, I will be posting my ladders for entry. This will be massive entries. Remember I said I'll be posting my two ladders. One at the 3,000 zone, one at the 2,000, 2,500 zone. I made that extremely clear. I also said if prices breach this, I may post ladders here too. But it hasn't gotten there. And this C wave, if it does happen, I would expect it to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. Down, impulsive. If this is A, B, C. If it is A, B, C, D, E, then I will have subwaves A, B, C. These are the wrong scales, sorry. Forgot about that. This ABC will be subwave of this. That means this C will have a subwaves of 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am aware of just about every possible count out here. But what I'm showing you are the top of the list for the probables. Let's see what happens. Keep an eye out for this head and shoulders. See if MACD breaches this support line. If it does get breached, we may be looking at 2800s, low 2800s. And that may lead to the completion of this, the ABCDE or ABC. It doesn't matter how you count it. You're still going to end up at the same place. Many paths to the same destination. So for the newbies, for the new followers, I'm not being wishy-washy. My daily bullish projections still remain solid that I made yesterday. The jaws of wealth. This here are micro counts. My way of trying to find wave 4 bottom. Okay? More updates coming.